Females driving motor vehicles in traffic. I don't have water off the floor here. Per request of the landlord. It's just here. You can see it this way. You can see it on the video that there is a puddle of water on the floor. And that's a mop right there. And that's females in traffic females driving motor vehicles in traffic. So that's wrong to me. Lynn, the cleaning lady, is not able to be a female who parked motor vehicles in front of house that I lived in and condominium that I lived in. And she didn't know that with herself. It's too late now. I have driven a car myself, but I'm a 3-year-old. You're so far in the wrong that I had a driver's license from year 1993 through 2006, December. Was it November? End of year 2006, about November or December. I turned in my driver's license and I complained to the Department of Motor Vehicles that I was diagnosed as being mentally ill. And that's them having to revoke the driver's license. I'm not in the DMV in that scenario, am I? I would be in jail where I was in the DMV. Should I just tell them that I'm female, doesn't want to drive a car? Okay, but I'm a 3-year-old. I don't want to drive a car. By that, I don't want to be alive in the year 2006 because I could have been deceased because I was a 3-year-old. I could have died of being too small to be alive in the DMV in the year 2006. I should have died before any real possibility I could have ever been there. Yeah, because I could have died of being small, the size of a child, and growing any kind of time of being a child. Because how did I ever grow to be so old? And the DMV would ask me, why don't I want to drive anymore? Yeah. I don't care for the who penis answer because I guess that's how who penis should not be driving a car, but maybe the females are first wrong that way. Then the who penis is wrong after that. He should not be driving a car because a female should not be driving a car. I know Donna being the first female to drive a car when I was the size of a 3-year-old. First car was a station wagon, and if she wasn't using the name Donna yet, that's her. I know who that is. After that, she had an automobile Lincoln. Yeah, the station wagon was an automobile station wagon. And then after that, it was I want to say Lincoln. Well, hold that thought. It was another automobile, but with a trunk, yeah. If you're the last name Moser and you drive a car, you owe me your car keys and you owe me everything you do with the car. You can't just be Moser and drive a car with a driver's license and you're financially independent from your last name Moser being a debt. You need to go to prison if you have the last name Moser. You need to put all your shunts in prison. With yourself being in prison with the last name Moser, and I'm getting something out of it, is not true. It's true that you belong in prison on your own point. It's against myself if you're in public with the last name Moser. I shouldn't be this old, age 48. That's too old for me to make these statements. For those of you who disagree, that's because I'm very old. When I was younger, using the name Moser as a last name, I didn't talk much about the money was missing and why. If you liked it better that way, that was just temporary. Now it's talking. Yep. You don't like it, you don't believe it. That's approximately where it was going when I didn't have the money elsewhere. The money is you really don't believe in me. And that's you having the money and I don't. If I had the money, you would be the money to yourself. You would have died already. Well, in a prison, you need to be in a prison to die. You can't die around the public addresses. I won't alive it that way because you're due in the public to move yourselves into the prisons, to die in the prisons with no address. You need to be in the prison for the deceasement of the address because you can't name yourself. You can't be in prison. You can't be in public. You can't be everywhere with your name. I'm choking on the food right now, but I'm just letting you know that you didn't get to prison on your own. But that's where all this happy is going. If you're happy around somebody who's not yourself, you can't eat that they have their own genitals and they're as far in the wrong as you are. That's nothing to be happy about. You have to be happy for 5 minutes and then you don't own it, and you have to go to jail and prison so that you can die about your appearance, about your name, about that you don't own anything without keys. If you have keys, you have to turn those into jails and prisons because you don't turn every door lock with the keys. And I don't have any kind of time for that. You might ask why you have keys when this is world number 17. You have a penis is really due in jail and prison because you've been through all the keys already. The key's right in your penis. I'm sorry to say that and put food in my mouth. Have a good night. Yeah, have a good night. For those who penises that are proud on the internet making comments, I do see that you are, as God, making the threatening. I can see it now, but I elsewhere was making the threatening with myself. And right here, I am pretty much deceased out of making the threatening myself. And I can see that you're still making the threatening in God. And that's you not understanding how to put yourself in jail and prison because you're making the threatening in God. And that's you having to answer for that with your genitals. Well, do you want to get caught some other way? Because the only other way you're going to get caught if you don't turn yourself in is that I'm going to shut off alive and you're going to be caught in your genitals. You're going to need them elsewhere's removed on the points that you are proud, that you are speaking the threatening, and nothing was going to oppose you or stop you or punish you or threaten you. You can make a threat one way and I can threaten you. No. I can find you in the wrong deceased. I can put you in the wrong deceased, but I can't actually stop you from making the threatening, if that's what you want. Do you threaten the threatening? Do you repeat yourself? Do you pressure? Do you press with yourself on the threatening that it's I? Is it yourself to yourself? Are you sure nothing's going to stop you? Because that's you having illegal in the genitals. I can see it, but really, I'm not you. If you are in the wrong deceased, I could see you in the afterlife if I do. But that will be you being caught in your genitals, and you'll be coming to me like God to be out of your genitals. That's pretty much how that's going to go down. So, do you know when to stop? Because I don't know this. When is my final day in Alive? When will the end of the day of my final day in Alive, when will the end of the final day of Alive be real for me? And when that's true, I will go to sleep, let's say, for example, I will be unconscious because I don't myself and alive. I am the soul that way. It doesn't know it sleeps. I sleep. So that means because I sleep, I can say this. I don't know how to move the end of alive with that I sleep. I am deceased that way. But what about you who are making the threatening? If you don't put yourself in jail and prison for the threatening you're making, something like, Becky, I love the pistachios you were eating. I ate a bag of pistachios myself. I had to eat a bag of pistachios myself because I saw you eating pistachios. That's your fault, Becky. That's one commentator, approximately what he said. I am trying to recall the words right now. That's as close as an estimate as I can say about the comment that I read. That's you needing to go to jail and prison on that point because you will make another threatening after that if you don't. How are you going to stop yourself from threatening me? That you think it's my fault that you ate a bag of pistachios. I ate some pistachios on the camera. Yes, I did. But those are the pistachios I ate. Are you a hoop penis with a bag of pistachios and you ate them? Did you say that is because of me? I know, but I ate a bag of pistachios. I really didn't eat your bag of pistachios. I didn't really eat them. No, according to you, that you ate them. Yeah. Well, you can't blame me for that. You have to turn yourself into jail and prison on that point. And if you don't, you're going to make another threatening. Is really you having to threaten yourself until you go to jail and prison. I have an overlord who's allergic to herself. I'm not going to give an inch. You are not myself. If you have a penis, it's your penis. I alive all of the genitals, not just one of you talking at a time over all the other genitals that don't talk over you to yourself when you're talking to me. My overlord's going to die. If you don't save yourself, I'm going to find there's some part of God in you that's caught in there. You're not going to get out of it. As you can see, I have gotten away with nothing. You don't give up. You don't believe in me. So what did I get away with? Father! That's the overlord. I caught her. She's using my mouth. I know you're he up there. He's none higher than he up there, but he's a she right here. So who are you? Plan to call me Becky and sit down and put food in your mouth. Because my name is not Becky. I have feminine genitals on the Godhead. Becky, that's what you call me because that's my overlord. You're having some trouble eating and speaking with your mouth full. Is the overlord over there? Who peanuts with the pistachios? Yeah. Do you talk to my overlord too? Does it tell you in confidence all about itself being omnipotent and how it still wants to be omnipotent after what you do to yourself with a bag of pistachios you can't afford? So who wants to call me Becky and sit and stuff your face with food and tell yourself that you're just like Becky that way? I don't deny that you've been calling me Becky for years. Yeah, but Becky doesn't have a life that way. Becky's deceased. Becky's the name of the overlord, and it's a deceased name. Every time you call Becky, it's the overlord that's answering you. None higher than me, deceased right here, really doesn't speak without an overlord about how you stole my house. And you did a lot of embezzlement and then bank fraud, and then you made a whole world disaster. Over 45 years of alive. You still want to call me Becky like it's that fast and short and sweet. Am I just your little girlfriend, Becky? Are you sure you want to say that about me? Because I've been alive for 45 years and you calling me Becky just doesn't sound right to me anymore. It's not the name of myself. I am none higher than he, deceased right here. Becky's how I'm getting food and you think I don't have any food without Becky. That's you not going to the stores and telling everyone that Becky doesn't have to pay for food because Becky's an overlord and doesn't have a live. It's deceased. I'm none higher than me, deceased right here, and you can't call me none higher than me, come here, because you called yourself me too. You can't call me none higher than me because you say I'm none higher than me too. Just like you none higher than me, I'm none higher than me too. That's why it's Becky. Cocky with the bag of pistachios. Nothing I haven't seen before.